So today I will be presenting on ALS, which stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is a progressive nerve system disease that damages motor neurons, which are the nerve cells that control voluntary movement. These movements include walking, speaking, chewing, swallowing, and breathing. So the exact cause of ALS is not fully known, but most cases are sporadic, meaning they happen randomly, with no clear family history. About 20% of ALS cases are uh, familiar, meaning they are inherited through genetic mutations. Some important genes linked are listed right there, or right there. Um, what else? These mutations can affect how motor neurons handle stress, proteins, and cell repairs. Over time, the motor neuron becomes damaged and they die. Some demographics about ALS. ALS can affect anyone, but is most common between the ages of 55 and 75 years old. It is slightly more common in men than women, especially before age 65. About 34,720 adults were projected to be living with ALS in the year 2026. Um, the anatomy or the main origin system affected by ALS is the nervous system. ALS damages the motor neurons in the brain stem, and in the spinal cord. There are two types of motor neurons involved: is the upper motor neuron and the lower motor neuron. Upper motor neurons start in the motor cortex of the brain and sends movement signals down the spinal cord. The lower motor neuron carries those signals from the spinal cord to the skeletal system. The muscles affected, including the arms, legs, face, throat, chest, and the diaphragm. This is why ALS can affect walking, grip strength, speech, swallowing, and breathing. Uh, so, physiology and the symptoms. Normal motor neurons send messages from the brain to the spinal cord to the muscles. In ALS, these neurons degenerate and they die. Once muscles stop receiving signals, they become weak, twitch, and then they shrink. The twitching is called fascillation or vasculation, and the shrinking is called atrophy. ALS causes both upper and lower motor neuron symptoms. Upper motor neuron causes stiffness, uh, specifically in overreactive reflexes. Lower motor neuron damages causes weakness, twitching, decreased reflexes, and muscle wasting. Common symptoms include muscle weakness, cramps, twitching, trouble walking, slurred speech, difficulty chewing, trouble swallowing, fatigue, shortness of breath. Trouble swallowing can also lead to choking, weight loss, dehydration, and aspiration pneumonia. Uh, so some of the diagnoses and the treatment. So ALS doesn't have a single test that confirms it. Diagnosis is based on symptoms. The findings, uh, doctors check for the upper and lower motor neurons. Um, yeah. So in conclusion, ALS is a disease where the muscles are not the original problem. The real problem is that the motor neurons stop sending signals. The body slowly loses its ability to move, speak, swallow, and breathe, even though the person may still be able to think and understand what's happening.